Hello guys, welcome back to CLETAversal. I am your host Cleta and today we are diving into Article 13 of Indian Constitution, a cornerstone in upholding the supremacy of fundamental right. Let's explore why Article 13 is so essential to our legal framework and how it is ensured that fundamental rights are protected above all else. Article 13. Article 13 is vital because it makes clear that no law, whether it existed before Constitution or is created after, can stand if it contradicts our fundamental right. It has 4 key clauses that lay down this concept and I'll break them down for you. First clause addresses laws that were enforced before our Constitution came into effect. If these laws are inconsistent with fundamental right, they are void. This means that any pre-existing laws clashes with fundamental right, it is invalid from the start of Constitution, but only to the extent of inconsistencies. Clause 2 reinforces this by saying that the state cannot make new laws that infringe on this right. If it does, such laws are void to the extent they contradict fundamental right. In other words, the legislature is restricted from taking away or reducing these rights. Now, Clause 3 clarifies what law actually includes. It not just acts passed by Parliament, it also covers ordinances, rules, regulations, and even customs or usage that have force of law in India. This helps ensure that any form of regulation follows the same fundamental right protection. Lastly, Clause 4 specifies that constitutional amendments under Article 368 are not subject to Article 13, meaning that changes to the Constitution itself are bit different and not directly affected by this restriction. Now, what happens if a law is inconsistent with fundamental rights? Well, Article 13 relies on judiciary to step in. Law remains in force until a court declares it void. The judicial review process is crucial because it allows court to protect fundamental rights actively. But there is more to this. Article 13 introduces key principles for interpretation like doctrine of severability. It ensures only problematic part of law are struck down, keeping varied section intact. This way, entire law doesn't collapse due to one flaw. Another interesting aspect is the doctrine of epilepsy. It implies the inconsistent pre-constitution laws don't die, they just don't go dormant. These laws can be reactivated if the inconsistency with fundamental right is resolved, which is pretty unique. One of the major tests of infringement of fundamental right is the direct and inevitable effect doctrine. Essentially, if the effect of state action directly impacts a fundamental right and is seen as an infringement, and the court have used to safeguard individual right against broad state action. So, to sum it up, Article 13 is all about protecting fundamental right by ensuring that any law contradicting them is deemed void. It is a testament to the importance of fundamental rights in our Constitution, and it serves a shield against any law that threatens them. That wraps up our deep dive into Article 13. Hope you found this informative. Don't forget to subscribe to CLETAversal for more insights into Indian law and history. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious and stay informed. Thank you.